You understand that? Miss Williams?
7639.
Miss Williams, can you step out of the car for me so we can talk? Can I ask where you're coming from tonight?
Why am I standing out here? You are asking a lot of questions.
Right.
You asked me to step out of the car so that we can talk more. Now you're asking me where I came from.
Correct.
What is the reason why we're standing out here talking?
Will you perform standardized field sobriety tests on the side of the road for me to determine if you're under the influence of alcohol or drugs? So yes or no. What's happening now, all right, is I'm going to have another officer come talk to you for a second, all right, and we're just going to get you on your way.
Why do I need to continue to talk to you all?
Because we're investigating.
What's good, YouTube? It's BB Kaz back again with another video and another reaction. And in today's video, this video was sent to me actually by a subscriber, where this lady got stopped by this Georgia police officer because he said that she crossed the line and then he believed that she was drunk. And so he started talking to her. She wasn't really answering his questions. She was really giving him the silent treatment that made him feel some type of way. So he asked her to get out the car. Then he said he wanted to do a sobriety test and she said no. And you go see this officer. He was like trying to just dig for something on this lady, and it was pretty sad. I'm gonna watch it, get my reaction. Let me know what y'all think about it. Comment section. Let's get into the video.
Hello, I'm Officer Rosenfeld of the Carrollton Police Department. Do you have your driver's license on you? Thank you. Miss Williams?
Yes.
Okay. The reason I'm stopping you is you failed to maintain your lane a couple times on Alabama Street, and then when you stopped at Alabama and Columbia, you went way past that bulk line and out into the intersection, even when cars were trying to turn left in front of you. All right? You understand that? Miss Williams?
7639.
Is there a reason for that, or? Miss Williams, can you step out of the car for me so we can talk?
And that's what happened whenever you don't answer any of their questions. In this case, she giving him the silent treatment. He not liking that. And now he turned it to, okay, can you step out the car real quick?
For what? I hear you.
Okay. Will you please step out of the car so we can talk?
I hear you. Why do I need to step out of the car? I hear what you're saying.
Keep coming this way, Cody.
I hear what you're saying.
Okay, I understand. All right.
I hear what you're saying.
Yes. So, I just need to talk to you about the situation out here. Can we do that?
I hear what you're saying right now.
I understand that. However, you know, we're in this situation where I have to investigate on my traffic stop, right? I'm asking you out of the car.
Why do I need to step out of the car to talk to you? I hear what you are saying.
Miss Williams,
I hear what
can
you
I-
are saying.
Can I ask you, have you had anything to drink tonight?
I have not.
Not even a drop?
I have not had anything to drink. I hear what you are saying.
Okay. So the issue I have, right, is that by your driving, okay, I've had multiple indicators of someone who might be driving impaired, okay? So I'm trying to conduct an investigation towards that. Right?
You asked me to step out of the car to talk. I hear
Correct.
what you are saying. You asked me that.
Yes, ma'am.
You asked me to step out of the car to talk. I hear what you are saying.
Yes, ma'am. Is there any issue with that? Is there any issue with stepping out and talking to me?
Why do I need to step out of the car if I hear what you are saying? We are talking now. Why do I need to step out of the car?
Miss Williams, I just want to be very blunt with you, okay? You are legally required to step out of the car on a traffic stop when I ask you to, okay?
You asked me to step out of the car to talk.
Correct.
And now you just gave me an explanation. I will step out of the car.
Yes, ma'am.
But you asked me to step out of the car to talk.
Yes, ma'am.
So now you want me to step out of the car because of the reason why?
So I can investigate if you're under the influence of alcohol or
So
drugs.
you asked me to step out of the car to talk.
Yes, ma'am.
I can hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
You asked me that after I told you. So now I will step out of the car. I can hear you. You asked me to step out of the car to talk.
Yes, ma'am.
We are talking. There was no reason for me to step out of the car. So now you just gave me a reason. I will step out of the car. You asked me to step out of the car to talk.
Yes, ma'am. You can go ahead when you're ready. Do you have any weapons on you? Anything that'll hurt me? Do you mind leaving your bag in the car for safety reasons? Miss Williams, can you do that for me? Okay. Any weapons on you that might hurt me? Anything like that?
I do have a box cutter.
You have a box cutter?
I do.
Okay. May I remove that from you to make my traffic stop safer for everyone? Can I do that?
Can I remove it, or is something you have to do?
Well, I would prefer to do it.
Can I remove it, or is it something
Where
that
is
you
it? Let's
have to do?
Let's start like this. Where is it?
It is on my side.
On your side?
Yes.
Okay.
We got a female officer here that can do that.
I'm sorry?
There is a female officer that can remove it if you wish.
Can I do it, or do you have to do it?
Because we don't know if it's a gun. We appreciate you being honest, but we can't trust what everybody says out here. Okay. It's for our safety that we remove it. Okay. So you can place your hands up top, and she can remove it, and then we can step back there.
Okay. You can remove it.
Okay. You can place your hands right up
You just pop your hands right here for me,
there.
please.
Let the female do it.
Which side is it? You can remove it. Whoever asks for it first can remove it.
Okay. Is it on this side or on this side? I'm not seeing it. Is it this leather thing right here? That's your belt. I'm not seeing it, ma'am. Here it is. Okay. I'm just gonna set it in your car, okay? Will you come back here to the front of my car and talk to me?
Can we stay right here?
We cannot. Let's just come back here.
Okay, can I get my phone?
Let's just come back here.
Can someone get my phone
No.
out of the car?
No.
Okay, speak loud, please.
All right, come right here to where my light is. Thank you. Miss Williams, okay, part of my job is to make sure everybody on the road is safe to drive. Okay? You're saying that you haven't had anything to drink tonight? Or any illicit
Not
substances?
had anything to drink.
Okay. Miss Williams, you're kind of staring off right now. All right. Have you had any illicit substances?
Could you speak louder, please?
I feel like I'm speaking loud enough. Can you not hear me?
Could you speak louder, please? I have not had anything to drink.
Okay. Have you had any illicit substances?
No.
Any medications that might affect your driving?
No.
Okay. So, as I explained before, okay, the indication, okay, some of the indicators that I saw, all right, before my traffic stop and after, all right, are indicative of impaired driving, okay? So part of my job is to investigate that, okay? I don't mean to inconvenience you tonight. I don't. I really don't. That's the truth. However, I do have a job to do, okay? And part of that job is informing you of multiple indicators of some sort of intoxication. All right? Is there anything in your vehicle that would indicate that you have taken any kind of illicit substances or alcohol?
No.
There's not? Okay. Can I ask where you're coming from tonight?
Why am I standing out here? You are asking a lot of questions.
Right.
We are talking. I was in the car and I could hear you. You asked me to step out of the car so that we can talk more. Now you're asking me where I came from.
Correct.
What is the reason why we're standing out here talking?
The reason for that is pretty simple. He wants to fish and he wants to keep on fishing. Because I could tell with her expressions that she's not under the influence, bro. She just really annoyed and she just wants to go home. Like, that's all it is. Like, give her tickets and send her on her way.
Investigating if you're impaired or not.
I am not. I have not had anything.
I wish I could believe. I wish I could believe everyone that just told me, okay? But I've had a lot of very drunk people tell me that they weren't impaired, okay? So part of my job is to investigate it, okay? I can't take everything as face value. Right?
Why does it matter where I am coming from?
Well,
Why does it matter where I am coming from?
will you let me answer, or you wanted to repeat the question? It matters because it's important for my investigation. Okay? It would be different if you were coming from a child's birthday party or if you were coming from a bar, right? If I'm investigating if you're impaired or not, that might be important. So that's why I asked. Would you have a problem doing any kind of roadside field sobriety testing?
I have not had anything to drink.
Okay, can I confirm that?
As far as what?
Roadside
I
field
live
sobriety
here.
testing. I understand, but here's the issue, okay? I watched you fail to maintain your lane multiple times, okay? I watched you pull out into an active intersection while the light was red, okay, and cars were coming at you. All right.
On which intersection?
The one right up there, the one you just went through.
What car was coming at me? There was a car that made a left turn.
Correct, in front of you.
Correct.
Coming at you.
And I made a right turn.
Correct.
What other cars were coming?
You had entered in the intersection. That's the car I'm talking about, is the truck. Okay? Not only that, but after I turned my blue lights on, we rolled from Little Teapot all the way here. Okay, that doesn't excuse you to drive home on a traffic stop.
What am I being pulled over for?
I just listed everything out.
Because now you are changing it.
I'm not.
You are changing it. You are adding to it.
I'm not.
So where do we go from here? You asked me to step out of the car to talk. I was talking to you while we were in the car. So now I am outside of the car talking to you. And now you are adding stuff to whatever it is you pulled me over for. I live here.
I understand that.
I put on my hazard lights and I came here. I live here.
Okay. When you're stopped on a traffic stop, you can't just drive home. You got to stop where it's safe to do so. And
Correct.
there was multiple,
here at my apartment.
No, there was multiple safe spots
here
to stop your vehicle.
Here at my apartment is where I felt safe to do so. Thank you.
Okay. Well, there were multiple.
That is a dark road over there. I felt safe to pull here in my apartment.
Regardless, I have multiple traffic infractions and reason to pull you over. I have reason to investigate if you're under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
Go ahead.
So that's where we're at.
You asked me to speak. I'm speaking with you. That is what we are doing. We are having a conversation.
Yes, ma'am. At this point, I'm not convinced you're not under the influence of some sort of substance, whether that be alcohol or drugs.
What did you ask me?
Which question are you referring to?
Here we go.
I've asked
Go
you a
ahead.
lot of things.
Correct. Go ahead.
So, the last question I asked you before we had this back and forth was, will you perform standardized field sobriety tests on the side of the road for me to determine if you're under the influence of alcohol or drugs? So yes or no?
And what are the options? So yes or no?
Yes, you perform standardized field sobriety tests. Okay? No, you don't.
And what happens with either?
One, the standardized field sobriety testing is going to allow me to see if you're under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
Could you speak louder, please?
Or it will prove that you are not under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
And what is the other option?
You don't.
And what happens with that?
I'm going to have to keep on investigating my traffic.
As far as what? What do you do from there?
Well, there's a couple things, but right now we're just going to stay with that
I
question.
need you to tell me the other option. Is yes, take the test, or no, and what?
Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Officer Puckett, will you please stand with her?
Yep.
Please don't move from that spot.
I will take the test, but what is the other option? Why couldn't I get the other option?
Second option was he was going to continue to fish, looking all through her car, see if he could find something, and looking for something. This is what I was saying, like he was digging for something to find on this lady.
I know, and you investigate further. So what happened with you? I'm sorry? Okay. What happens with the nose, sir?
Just hang tight. Miss Williams? Okay, so what's happening now, all right, is I'm going to have another officer come talk to you for a second, all right, and we're just going to get you on your way, okay? But before we do that, all right, I want this officer to come talk to you, and then we'll get you on your way, okay?
Why do I need to continue to talk to you all?
Because we're investigating.
Her. Go ahead.
Because we're investigating on our traffic stop, right?
He didn't mention that he's having the other officer come because he wants the other officer to determine if she's intoxicated or not, because the other officer has more training in it. He just doesn't want to mention it, but that's what he's investigating. Still fishing.
Go ahead.
That's it. So the officer will be here very, very shortly.
May I sit in my car?
You may not.
It is cold out here.
I understand that.
Okay, so how many officers are out here?
Just two.
Why do you all need to call someone else if there are already two of you out here? Why do I need to wait on someone else to come out here to speak with me when I just spoke with you and I spoke with this guy?
So I'll answer that for you. The other officer is specialized in an area that I am not. So I want him to come talk to you.
May I sit in my car,
You may not.
please?
I have already answered that question. You may not.
It is cold out here.
I understand. You're actually wearing more than me. And I'm standing out here just the same as you are. You never told me where you're coming from. It's something you care to speak on?
How long is the other officer taking?
You should be here very, very shortly. I don't know exactly down to the minute.
May I sit in my car, please?
May not. I've already answered that question.
What is the difference between me standing here and sitting in my car? Someone can stand right there at the window It is cold out here.
You've already expressed that you do not want to be on this traffic stop. I'm going to express that I don't want to be in a car chase tonight. So I don't feel comfortable letting you sit back in your car until we're finished with our traffic stop.
I'm sorry? Repeat what you just said and speak louder, please.
Sure. You don't feel comfortable being on a traffic stop, and you voiced that you don't want to be on a traffic stop right now. Is that correct?
Repeat what you just said, please.
I just repeated it.
I live here.
I understand that. You said that you... Is it correct to assume that you feel like you don't want to be on a traffic stop? Would it be correct to say that you do not want to be on this traffic stop?
I live here. May I sit in my car, please?
You may not. I've already answered that question.
Thank you. What is protocol when there are two officers already here speaking with me? What is the need for a third officer to come out here?
So he specialized in an area that I am not. That's why I want him to speak with you. I'll be right back.
Obviously, he had to mute his camera again. Like, man, I swear, they need to get in trouble when it comes to muting their camera, bro. Because what they mute it for?
Where you headed from tonight?
Williams, if I could direct your attention, okay? I'm fixing to let you go, okay? However, I do have 2 citations for you, okay? That's for the... You can turn this way if you want to look at the citations. Okay. So, there's one for the traffic light, running the red light, I mean, and then failure to maintain lane, okay? Those are 2 citations that you'll be getting tonight, all right? The court date is 14th of March at 11:15. That's the same court date on both citations, okay? I'm going to put an X here. If you wish to sign them, by signing them, it's not an admission of guilt. It's just stating you understand that there's a court date and you need to handle it before then or go.
And what are the options?
If you don't sign it, I'm going to write refuse to sign, and then I'm going to give you your copy, and then you're free to go. Same thing.
So what are the options?
So you can either sign it or not sign it. Either way, you're going to be free to go. It's up to you.
I'll take the tickets, thank you.
Okay. Here are your 2 copies. You're free to go.
And that's the end of that video. My take on that, like I said, man, whenever you don't answer them officers' question, that's when they start feeling some type of way and they make you get out the car and do a whole bunch of stuff. Because it all started from like right here.
Miss Williams?
7639.
Is there a reason for that, or? Miss Williams, can you step out of the car for me so we can talk?
For what? I hear you.
Like, she wasn't trying to answer any of his questions. She really just wanted to get up and leave. And for that, he's like, step out the car. And then, like, when they got out the car, she still wasn't even trying to talk to him, like, right here.
Can I ask where you're coming from tonight?
Why am I standing out here? You are asking a lot of questions.
Right.
Like, she wasn't trying to answer any of his questions. He kept on asking, where you coming from? Where you doing? And she wasn't even trying to answer. And then, like, after he answered all the questions, she wasn't trying to answer. That's what he tried to say, you want to do some field sobriety tests? And she said this.
Will you perform standardized field sobriety tests on the side of the road for me to determine if you're under the influence of alcohol or drugs? Yes or no?
And what are the options? So yes or no?
Yes, you perform.
And we already know, like, you don't have to do the field sobriety test. It's voluntary. You can say no. And what she basically said no. That's what we had this officer still trying to fish, like, right here.
Officer Puckett, will you please stand with her?
Yep. Why couldn't I get the other option?
I'm going to have another officer come talk to you for a second, all right? And we're just going to get you on your way.
And that's what happens whenever you don't do the field sobriety test. They just keep wasting more of your time. Keep on fishing. In this case, he had to call another officer to see if she is intoxicated or not. And after all of that, after they found out that she wasn't, they ended up just letting her go, like right here.
Miss Williams, if I could direct your attention, okay? I'm fixing to let you go, okay? However, I do have 2 citations for you, okay?
All of that just to let her go, and all because she wasn't answering none of their questions. And that's the thing, when you get pulled over, you ain't gotta answer none of their questions. They ask you where you coming, you ain't gotta answer that. And this officer just kept on like trying to like dig his way and just wasn't getting nowhere because she wasn't answering no questions. And I feel like she was like not playing him, but that's just me. But that's my take on it though. Let me know what y'all think about the comment section, how you feel about these Georgia police officers trying to just find something on this lady and trying to really just fish and see if she was really drunk or not. Just kept on just wasting her time for no reason when all she wanted just her ticket so she just could let go. That's the whole point. She even went home. Like, I'm pretty sure she just got off work and she just wanted to go home and just sleep. That's my take on it though. Let me know what y'all think about the comment section. Make sure to like, subscribe, and y'all have a wonderful day.